So let's go in and see if we can find my great-granddad's name on the plaque. I believe it's in this part of the memorial. There are so many names, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, to be honest, but we'll see. He was in the border regiment, so if I can find that for a start, that might help. Well, it looks like the War Graves Commission have in fact got a book of that commemorates all of the dead, and in particular this memorial. It gives the name of the person and what panel they are on. So it turns out, and also look, there's a book here, a visitor's book, which I will put a note in afterwards. I'll think of something I need to say, and I'll write it in the visitor book. That's quite nice. But anyway, it turns out that my great-grandfather is remembered on plaque 6. So that's plaque 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And as I say, he was border regiment, which is the middle panel I can see, and his name was Arthur Horton, and there he is, Mr. A. Horton. Yep, that was my great-grandfather, and he came away, as I say, from Manchester and never went home, along with the rest of these poor souls that's names are all over this wall. All over every panel has got hundreds of names on, and yeah, and they weren't all from the UK. You know, some of these guys were from Australia, Canada, New Zealand. I just can't imagine what that must have been like, to travel halfway around the world and your family never even see you again. You know, and you probably, I think the story from my great auntie, because I can remember my great auntie, was that when her dad was killed, just got a letter to say, you know, we're very sorry, but your husband's dead, to her mum. You know, I mean, it was really harsh. You know, I know it was different times, but it seems life was cheap, and you know, these people, a lot of them were just pretty much cannon fodder as far as I can see, and all down to politicians and power-hungry people, wealthy people sending poor people to be away to be killed, really, in war. It just doesn't make sense to me. But there we go. And then, as we can see, you know, other people come and visit and have paid their respects to their families. Here we've got pictures. Killed on the 12th of the 4th, 18. I think that's the same day. That could be the same day that my great-grandfather was killed. I have got that information somewhere. Let's see. This one. In memory of Private Griffiths, the Welsh Regiment. Will never be forgotten. And 100 years ago today. 26. Yeah. Look at this guy. Russell Harry, Louis Simmons, 20 years old. Yeah. I'll have to try and come up with something to write in the book, I think. But yeah, well, at least people are coming and visiting, and leaving messages and so on, which I think is quite cool, really, because it should be remembered. These places don't need to be forgotten. Yeah, too many names. Wait, that's nice. That's a nice frame, look. Somebody's put something really nice down there. Remembered with honour. Son of James William, died 12th of April. Again, 12th of April. That must have been a lot of people killed on that date for some reason. Must have been a big battle or something. Yeah, Sergeant Harold Shaw, and he was only 23. Border Regiment, 11th of April. Yeah, there must have been something going on in April 1918 in this area for most of the, many of these guys killed on that day. And who knows how they were killed. I mean, could have been gas, mortar fire, anything, couldn't it? Who knows? I mean, a lot of them, the ones on the wall, they never even found their bodies. That's why they're on the wall. So, I believe I think it's the first Friday of the month, every month, they play the last post here at this memorial. Yeah, 9th of April. Lots of people killed in April in 1918, and that's, the war was, well, it was coming to an end, really. Yeah, there was a few months to go. I mean, Armistice Day was what, the 11th of the 11th. So yeah, I suppose April to November, there was still a good few months of killing time left, wasn't there, for them? But what a waste. And there I can see an Australian flag, and I don't know, let's have a look at this row of headstones. Look at that, perfect line of headstones. And this is obviously an Australian chap who never got to go home. Maguire, another Australian. Yeah, they're buried pretty randomly, really. There's UK, English soldiers or British soldiers next to Australian soldiers. It doesn't matter. They're all in here. Yeah. And the line just goes on and on up there, look. But look at the grounds, look at the way they keep this place. A lot of effort goes into making sure that these guys are never forgotten. And that's quite right in my view. Well, yeah, pretty sombering place, but you have to excuse the wind noise. It's something I wanted to do, but it wasn't my reason for this trip, so I'm not going to let this, dampen my spirits at all, because it was just something that I wanted to do. It makes no difference, really. It's all in the past. It's 100 years ago, so it's been and gone. But I feel a little bit better for the fact that I have visited, and I am going to leave a little note in the book